Lillian Pierson. Super excited to introduce Lillian. She is the creator-in-chief behind DataMania, and her mission is to support data professionals to evolve into world-class data leaders and entrepreneurs. To date, she's trained over 1 million, yes, 1 million workers on the topics of data science, data leadership, and data entrepreneurship. She's also kind enough to conduct a fun giveaway during her talk, so definitely stay tuned in for that. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and bring Lillian up on our virtual stage. And Lillian, you got the shirt on. Yay. Hi.
Hi, Kate. Thank you so much for having me. This is such an amazing conference.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. So I know you're going to talk about how to basically the 5 steps of how people can get started in freelancing in the data space. Super relevant because at this point, people can't really just go out and get a job with the pandemic and with just other competition and stuff. I'm going to go ahead and share your slides and hop off screen if you're all good with that.
Okay, yeah, that actually sounds really good. Yeah. Okay, all right, guys. So I am going to talk to you today about the 5 steps to landing your first data freelancing client. And really, there are 4 main strategies for landing your first client in your data business fast. The one we're talking about today is brand up and engage, but you can also do soft sells, cold outreach, and freelance marketplaces. I really don't recommend the latter 2, but we don't have a lot of time to discuss all of that today. So I just wanted to kind of touch on the fact that there are other strategies that work quickly for getting your first client. But yeah, today we're going to talk about brand up and engage. And the reason we're talking about this method is because it is what I have seen to be most successful with my clients who are brand new. So this is Cam Lee, and he recently just landed $150,000 worth of contracts in his first 10 months in business. Actually, more than that now. And he's a marketing data scientist, very skillful, in demand, and skillful in a area of data that's in demand. But he didn't, when he started up with me like less than a year ago, he's brand new, didn't have a website or anything. And so his the method he used to land these contracts was actually what I'm going to show you like just now. So that's kind of why we're covering this. And again, my name is Lillian Pierson, and I am the founder of DataMania. And I work with data professionals to help them to transform into world-class data leaders and entrepreneurs. I started DataMania back in 2012. I've been a full-time expat since 2013, and I'm a licensed professional engineer in the state of Florida in the United States. Okay, so we are talking about the 5 steps to land your first data freelancing client in your data business. So when I say fast, I'm talking about possibly in 30 days or less, depending on how serious you are. This isn't the fastest approach, but it's in my experience, the best approach for just getting your first clients. Okay, so brand up and engage. And it's really 5 very simple steps. And once you know them, you think, okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. Probably a lot of people think I should have thought of it that way, but it's just the first 4 steps are preparation steps almost, and you don't turn this thing on until step 5. So the first step is to identify a dream client. So what you've got to do is take your data expertise or your skills, whatever your area of data is, and you have to think about what is a transformation, what is a quick win, what is something that I can offer someone that needs it. All right. So you have to get really, really specific. And I'm not talking about a skill. I'm not talking about, I'll work for you hourly and get this done and you tell me what to do. This is like, hand this over to me and I will hand you a finished product that works kind of thing. So you have to think about, okay, who can I help, and find that one person that you can help, and then think, what do they need the most? And are they willing and able to pay for what you have in mind to offer? What is their job and where do they hang out online? And then in step 2, you would define an offer. And going back to what I just said, you just want to get very specific and very clear. Research sub-niche and figure out like where are your data skills actually like most needed. So one of the things I see a lot in our industry is that data professionals, we show up for each other, which is amazing and great, but where we're really needed the most, both career data professionals and in entrepreneurs, where we're needed the most is in other industries that don't have our skill sets, because people are, dying for data insights that help them to stay competitive in their business. But but a lot of times us data professionals are kind of aggregated among each other. So that is a problem because we are generally not hiring each other for our data expertise and skills, right? We usually it's someone from an outside business domain that needs support and insights that they can't get in-house or they don't have themselves. So identify your sub-niche, and then you want to craft your irresistible offers. And this is basically just, what is it that people are really, really going to need in that sub-niche from you that you're able to deliver. The third step is just to set up on social. So I have one of the women in my LinkedIn group mentioned, like, how do we do this if we still have a day job and we don't really want to be uncovered in terms of looking to do freelancing or something like that? So one way to actually, this method can be done. So you can land clients. I've had actually some of my clients have now landed clients basically doing this without actually putting it out there that they were looking for, extra work. But in the case that you're worried about being found out, another way to avoid that would be to maybe set up on a different network where most people like your employers and stuff aren't exactly looking for that kind of thing, where they maybe wouldn't see it as much, because this is all very subtle. You're not going out and selling yourself, period. That's the thing, is you're attracting instead of going and doing outbound. So you have to pick a network. And when I say pick a network, I don't mean, you've got to think about where is that ideal client hanging out online, and not just like where are they hanging out online to look at, pictures of cute puppies. It's got to be where are they hanging out online to find out information that's related to the transformation or service you're able to offer them. So in general, Facebook and Instagram are great for B2C and for if you're selling to entrepreneurs. So I hire all the time from people from both Instagram and Facebook. Now, if you're trying to sell B2B, then, LinkedIn is a far better network for that sort of thing. So, so you have to pick the optimal network where the person is going to basically find you. You're going to be found by your ideal client. And then you want to go there and identify the leaders. And when I say that, I mean the leaders of that sub-niche you've identified, usually in all areas. There's even of just the sub-niches, there's the thought leaders, right? And they've aggregated communities around their accounts. And so you have to identify who are the leaders, where are the thriving communities, and just make a list of those names and have it and get everything all set up before you do anything. So that's where we're at now. Moving into step 4, this is where you brand up, and you don't have to be, all crazy and gorgeous and have everything perfect by any means. When I say brand up, I mean, 1, optimize your profile. So depending on what network you're on, you can usually just spend some time on YouTube, figure out like, how do I optimize this for search? How do I, make my call to action as clear as possible? Okay, so bringing us to the second point is you want a very, very clear call to action. So if you're more direct and you're able to talk about the fact that you want to sign clients for your business, then your call to action might be, take a look at your packages, the things you have to offer, or go over to your sales page or something like that if you have one set up. But if you are still in a day job and wanting to be very subtle, then you may just send me a DM. I'd love to talk to you about X, Y, and Z area of expertise, which is covered by your packages, right? When I say packages, I mean your offers. Okay, and then part 3 of this is where you go ahead and you feature your offers. And it's not like you go and say, hey, buy me, I'm trying to sell a bunch of stuff. That's not at all what I mean. Just make it clear and obvious that you have a process and you have something to sell, and that you have, you know how to get results for your clients. And so that when people come to your profile, they just see that. I set this up just in an effort to show you an example. Actually, what I did was I found people that would make a perfect example, and ended up just to show you guys, okay, this is what you need to do. But then I ended up totally respecting them and buying from both of them. So I didn't want to tell everyone to copy them. So I'm using my own. Just this is my LinkedIn featured section. So here's free resources. Here's work with me. Now, basically, if people go to my profile, they can actually see these. They can click in. They can get details about what it's like to work together. I've got one for client success stories, that sort of thing. And this was what it looks like on Instagram, press, coaching offers, client results, blah, blah, blah. So it's featured. My offers and transformations featured right on my profile. So step 5, sorry, I just wanted, I got to hurry because I know I have no time left. Engage. So you go to that list of 10 or so leaders in your sub niche, and not only do you contribute, leaving insightful comments and your thoughts on what they're saying in their to their community, but also take an opportunity to leave insightful thoughts and start conversations with the people who are commenting in that community, because those communities are aggregating your ideal client and their lookalikes. So they will then come over to your page and see you have something to offer and hire you. So those are the 5 steps. And there's a lot more. And we have an amazing free masterclass coming up on November 6th. 4 steps to monetizing data expertise in your small business. You're definitely invited to come. That's going to be live in just a few days. So if you want that, then just leave it in the comments. Tell me you want me to send you a link to join the free masterclass. And okay, I've gone over.
Awesome, Lillian. Thank you. Thank you so much. I didn't mean to interrupt. I know the short format, people are loving the format, but I know how difficult it is to get everything out in just 10 minutes. We do have time for one quick question from Jarrell here. And the question is, what tools and methods do you recommend for identifying and researching a sub niche?
Okay, so I recommend people go through all sorts of forums, Reddit, Quora, Facebook groups, also Alexa, and maybe SEO Rush or things like that. Start looking at, also going into Google Ads and looking into basically using their keyword research tool. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, Lillian, this was really helpful. Everyone who's still watching us, please go to bit.ly/monetize-data expertise, or tell Lillian, tag Lillian, she'll send you the link. Thank you so much, Lillian, for your time today. I definitely learned a lot, and I see that the audience got a lot out of this.